Hey, I'm John Cannell, and today on Preppy Kitchen we're making some amazing homemade marshmallows. So let's get started. First off, grab the bowl of your stand mixer and 2 1/4-ounce packets of unflavored gelatin. We'll be combining the gelatin with half a cup of water. I'm going to set this aside to hydrate, and in the meantime we'll be getting our sugar solution together. We'll be combining the rest of the ingredients in a heavy-bottomed saucepan, starting with 300 grams or 1.5 cups of granulated sugar. If you're wondering, why are you making marshmallows when you can just buy them? The answer is that I don't like these marshmallows. I've never liked marshmallows until someone requested a recipe for them. I worked on it, made the videos, and I was like, oh my gosh, these are delicious. I love marshmallows, I just don't like store-bought marshmallows. They taste totally different. Store-bought marshmallows are like so stale, and I don't like it. Homemade marshmallows are fluffy, flavorful, fresh, and delicious. They're great in hot chocolate, homemade s'mores, or as cute little snacks. And you can flavor them in all types of different ways. To my sugar, I'm adding half a cup of water. And by the way, if you like my videos, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. There's 2 new delicious recipes every week. I also want 1 cup or 240 mils of light corn syrup. And I'll point out that corn syrup is different from high fructose corn syrup. Regular corn syrup is not that sweet, and it's basically just an inverted sugar that's gonna let us make a really easy caramel with less chance of crystallization, and it just makes this more foolproof. Add that corn syrup in. These marshmallows also make really cute gifts, especially with hot chocolate sets. And for a bit of contrast, I'm adding a 1/4 teaspoon of salt. This goes on to medium heat. You can grab a candy thermometer if you have one. If you don't, I will show you how to tell this is ready, but it involves a glass with cold water in it. On to medium heat and stir this together until the sugar dissolves. Once the sugar is dissolved, just let it go. You can stop stirring. Today, we're flavoring our marshmallows with some vanilla extract towards the end. If you wanted a Christmassy vibe, you could use some peppermint extract. There could be a chocolate drizzle on top. There's so many different ways that you could go on the flavor. Even like rose water or orange blossom extract would be quite nice. Marshmallows actually get their name from marshmallow root, which was a medicine used in ancient times. Applied for all sorts of things, including sore throats. Marshmallow was considered medicinal and eventually became more of a sweet treat. And the French, known for refining things and making them a little bit different, whipped these up into these like soft, sugary confections that we think of today as a traditional marshmallow. This is nicely dissolved. I can stop stirring. If you've noticed this glass of cold water here, this is what you will use if you don't have a thermometer. If you have one, it's quite easy. Just temp it out, and you want this to be 240. So right now it's at 159. We've got a ways to go. If you don't have one, have a spoon ready, and once you see this changing, so it's come to a boil, you can tell that it's really hot, you can take a small, like half teaspoonful, plop that into your cold water, and 3 things could happen. If it dissolves, it's too cold. If it turns into a hard ball, sad, it's too hot. If it turns into like a soft ball of sap, stop. This is ready to go, so take it off heat immediately. Around 240 degrees Fahrenheit is called the softball stage. It's what's used in candy making to make caramels and nice soft and chewy things, including marshmallows. You'll get into the low 200s pretty quickly. To get to the 235, 240 range will take a little bit of time because all the water has to boil off, basically. So I'll keep watching that. In the meantime, you can prep your pans. You could use an 8x8, or a 9x9, or cute little molds, or you could pipe these into cute shapes, just have a lot of powdered sugar at the ready. You can use any size pan you want. It'll just determine how thick your marshmallow is. I want nice thick marshmallows, so I'll use an 8x8 and just give it a nice oil. So these are nonstick, as most baking pans are. I'm just gonna lightly oil this. If you have regular metal pans that are not nonstick, then you're gonna want to oil it, add a layer of parchment or plastic, and oil that, and then it'll be good to go. These get very sticky, so you don't want this to stick in the pan. Almost at 230. While that's heating up, I'm also gonna have my stand mixer ready, so pop your hydrated gelatin on, as well as a whisk. This will be good to go once that mixture is ready to pour. Just have it all ready, because you don't want to wait or be searching for things. 232. This recipe is also great because you can make it way in advance. Your marshmallows will last 2 weeks in an airtight container, and it can also be a really fun project. It's nice to have like a giant, big, massive marshmallow to melt into your hot chocolate to make beautiful s'mores with, or you can decorate and coat them with chocolate or add sprinkles to them to make them like really festive and pretty. And if you want to be adventurous, you can try piping these out into shapes or kind of getting creative and not just having big blocks of marshmallow. Okay, let's see what this is at. Okay, it says we're at 240. I'm gonna take this off heat right now and just show you the cold water test. So grab a little bit, drop that into your water, and here at the bottom, I have this stretchy, sap-like mixture. So it didn't dissolve and it's not hard. Set your mixer to low with your whisk attached, and I'm gonna slowly drizzle in my scalding hot sugar. So be careful here and have a towel or a pot holder. So slowly drizzle that in. Once all the sugar is drizzled in, we can increase speed. And if this reminds you of something, it's similar to making an Italian meringue. Only instead of egg whites, we have gelatin. Just get the last of that sugar mixture out. And once it's all in, we can increase our speed gradually to high. You can see all the steam coming off of this. And this is gonna mix up for 3 to 5 minutes or until it's tripled in size, and you'll see a very different texture. You'll also hear your mixer doing more work. There's gonna be more strain on the motor. After a minute of mixing, you can see this is really changing. It's getting so much air pumped in that it's become bright white, and it's getting much more marshmallowy. We're getting so close. One of the tests to see when this is done is to lift your whisk up, and of course a thick trail will form. But it should hang out on top as opposed to oozing back into itself. We're very close. 30 more seconds and you can hear the mixer is like doing its best, but it's a lot of resistance because the marshmallows are so thick. Okay, let's test it out. So thick and marshmallowy. That looks good. It's staying on top. It's not really going back into the massive marshmallow pile. This looks great, but there's one more thing to consider, and that's the flavoring. Back onto high, I'm gonna add 2 teaspoons of vanilla. Give that a chance to really mix in. It smells so nice. If you were using peppermint extract, orange blossom, or rose water, I would go down to 1 teaspoon or even half and give it a taste, and then add more because those are much more powerful than vanilla. Okay, this is nicely mixed. My mixer's done, so set that aside. I have some powdered sugar here, and that is because I'm gonna try an experiment. So this goes right into a pan. Pop it into an even layer. Almost all of my marshmallow is gonna go right into this 8x8" pan that's oiled so it won't stick. I'm gonna reserve some for piping just to show you how that works and also see how good a job I can do. If you care about this being completely flat, give it a bit of a jiggle. You can also wet your hand. And then just use your damp hand to tamp this down. It is super sticky though, so you're gonna have to be very wet and just a couple tamps. This can get set aside. Now let's try the piping out. So my powdered sugar bed. I'm using a large round tip and a medium round tip, so we'll see how this goes. You do want to work quickly while this is still warm. If you wanted to, you could have dyed this to be different colors. It accepts food coloring really easily. I recommend using gel food coloring and 1 to 2 drops to start off with. I'm going with pure white, and we'll see how my little bears go. Okay, we have a head. So much more difficult than it looks. I'm just gonna tell you right now. Okay, and then a little face, a little nose. Mini chocolate chips for eyes and a nose. And to finish it off, a dust of powdered sugar. This is really just for fun. It's super challenging though because it's so sticky. I'm gonna transfer this to some parchment that I dusted. Oh, it's still sticking. Transfer it up, and you can practice some more. A little nose. 2 little ears. Tap your finger on some powdered sugar, and then you can just press it down if needed. A little more powdered sugar. Doing one more. And then we can transfer this one too. And I will say that I think my marshmallow should have been a little bit more set if I was gonna pipe it. This is nice and soft, but it's kind of not keeping its shape as much. Anyway, just a little fun experiment. If you have some silicone molds hanging around the house, you can also use these and just oil them and pipe your marshmallows in, and they'll be really cute. Once your marshmallow is in the right place, you can set this aside for 4 hours. It needs time to set completely. And then we will begin the only tricky part of this, which is cutting them. It's gonna be very easy with a couple hacks though. That's 4 hours uncovered at room temperature. And then it's time to cut. After at least 4 hours of dry time, we're ready to cut and dust our marshmallows, but we're not just gonna cut them and dust them because they're very sticky since they're fresh. In a large bowl, we're gonna combine 1 cup of powdered sugar. That's about 120 grams, along with a 1/4 cup of cornstarch. So useful, but I hate the way it feels. Ugh. That's about 20 grams. Give that a nice whisk. Oh my God, even the whisk feels bad in this. It's worth it for the deliciousness of the marshmallows. Do you hear that? Okay, we need the cornstarch to help absorb some of the moisture and stickiness. It's a must-have. Now we're gonna use our cornstarch and sugar mixture to generously dust the cutting board. Let's carefully remove our slab. I will say, if you used molds, way easier. Way easier. So sticky. I'm just gonna pull it out because it does come out pretty easily. See? Look at that. Very sticky. The oil really worked. I'm just going to blot off a little bit of the excess oil carefully, just if you see any pooled up. Now, grab some more of your mixture, and we're going to liberally dust this as well. And don't worry, you can shake the excess off. Chances are you're cutting these perhaps for some s'mores, so you can grab a graham cracker and just kind of see what you want to be cutting. Bloop. And bloop, just like that. Time to cut, and the first cut is the easiest. Go ahead and just, so let's just go down with a nice sharp knife. You get 1 free cut. Now we're gonna have to dust the knife with our powdered sugar in between each cut. There we go. And then just separate the pieces out as you cut. Pull it apart as you cut, redust, And you'll find the whole process is really easy. Of course, you can cut small marshmallows if you want. Any shape is fine. But the cool thing about making your own marshmallows, besides the taste and texture being much better, is that you can use them for anything you want and cut them into any size or shape that you want. So satisfying, and oh my gosh, I can already tell the texture is perfect. There will be powdered sugar all over the place, just deal with it. I'm gonna dredge these now so all the cut sides get covered really well. We do not want any stickiness. And while you're at it, you can like tap off some of the excess that's on top. I cut really large pieces, so I have some extra dredging mixture left over, that's fine. If you're cutting smaller marshmallows, you'll have more surface area and you'll use up all the dredging mixture. If you used molds like I did for these little piggies, just get some powdered sugar on the top, pop them out. That is cute. Little pig marshmallows. If you're making these with kids or you're a kid at heart, the molds are a really cute and easy way to make the marshmallows. And the ones that have less detail are even easier to pop out. And look at that, it looks like a professionally made, really cute marshmallow. And I did not forget about the bears. I think they're really cute as an effort from an 8-year-old. I, however, need some more practice. Your marshmallows will last you 2 weeks in an airtight container, or you can also wait up to 24 hours before cutting them, so there is no rush. Any way you slice it, this is gonna be a delicious recipe. And just like that, your homemade marshmallows are ready to enjoy. What's so amazing about these, besides the real vanilla flavor you get in them, the texture. It is creamy. It's like a creamy sugar cloud that dissolves in your mouth. Even when they're cold, you don't have to melt them, you don't have to heat them. They're just perfect and so soft. I hope you get a chance to make this delicious recipe, and if you like my videos, hit that subscribe button and check out my candy playlist.